What's up, everyone? What's poppin'? How's everyone doing? Good morning. All right. Let's pull up the chat. Alrighty. Dude, I'm fine. I slept literally all night. I'm good. Don't worry about it. I'm good. So we are going to be doing chapter 12, starting it off. Hopefully getting things done this week so we can be almost caught up. As usual, thank you guys for coming through and enjoying these chapters with me. There we go. Yeah. We here. So supposedly this chapter is supposed to be peak. I don't know, you mother fudgers say this every single chapter. So I'll be the judge of that. Nah, bro. Chapter 13 is peak for real. Subjective in my opinion. I don't think it's that peak. Chapter 13's peak as well. We gonna have a good time today. Let's turn this music off and close this window and turn.
Symptoms of arypathy have faded into history. Yet mankind continues to voice its dissatisfaction.
We're already getting
The old order did collapse.
long
But the lines of
conversation
men
with
remain narrow.
Cultsit. It's a great way to
Amiya
start your
must
morning,
still go
right?
hither and thither to unite them. While she is now an excellent leader, you are still the only one she can rely on.
I saw it, Comey. Thank you. I have a typo in the stream title. I'm missing an I. Okay. Thank you. Fixed. All right. So, the plan is to hopefully get done with this within the week. It depends if anything else comes up. But we can hopefully squash this within a week. And then we should be all caught up by the end of next month. In terms of main story. I believe 13 is the most recent chapter in Global, right? Will I pull Shul also? Yeah. Yeah, we gotta do that. 13 is the most recent one. Okay. When is 14 and Babel coming out? Yeah, that's a good question because I want to try and maintain this. Like, I don't want to fall behind. Once I catch up, I don't want to fall behind. Every time there's a new chapter, I want to be able to hop right on it. End of September. Oh, that's actually perfect. That's actually perfect. Hold on. Did I finish Ray? Yes, I finished Ray. Okay. Did I finish? Wait. No. I didn't finish Ray. Hold on. Damn it. Okay. I was hoping to have that.
The times are changing, and man along with them.
We still got work to do on her. Next, I should be doing Cultsit. Okay. All right. So, yeah, we're gonna start chapter 12 today. As you can see, all quiet under the thunder. All right. I should have started this last week, but you all know things come up and then I got to get them done. And that's why I try and dedicate a full week to this thing so we could just knock it out. So there's no worry of me never completing something. But we're here. We're going to knock this bitch out. Thank you, UD, for the nice little gift. Speaking of which, I don't have my fucking phone. But before we begin, how are all of you? How are your days, nights, mornings? What's poppin', fam? It's your boy Chaotik. Early morning vibes. Isn't this just creepy? All good vibe, just woke up. Okay. All right. Let's do this, chat. Oh, you guys look like you're doing well. And just Wrath. I hate you for watching the movie. Just don't spoil anything for me, okay? Yeah. Good day for sure. 2 p.m. Sunday in Germany. Hey. I appreciate you guys. Spending time with your boy. All right. So first we're going to watch the trailers. Just in time, my internet just got fixed. AW. All right. Oh, yeah. It's this one. Closing in on you. You can't get away that easily. Oh, man. Dragon Beans jump. Wait, hold on, chat. Hold on. Did they actually make it a game? I don't see a download link. Damn it. Okay. Back on topic. Okay, next.
What
the fuck was that? What is that? Why is it doing that? Guys, we're finally here. The Queen. We're not gonna watch the additional stuff. It's just skins and stuff. We've already seen these. Inez version.
こんにちは。こんなところで再会するとはね。生きるために手段を選べない場所。友情も愛情も極限の状態では一瞬ですり減って変わってしまうわ。大抵は。それであなたはどうするつもり？アークナイツ新章強力昇然。答えはいいわ。これから自分の目で確かめるから。
Guys,
見慣れた風景
we are here.
想像よりもずっと簡単に変わってしまいます。
It's the same thing.
授けられ
It's
た
Amiya.
冠がまとう重ねられた選択と捧げられた信念の重み、終わりのない痛みが伴ってもどのような真実も現実も見つめ続けます。アークナイツ新章強力昇然。
Let's do this.
私は
Why is... Okay, I think I fixed it. Okay. Let's do this. Is this just a trailer? Yeah, I think this is just the trailer. Yeah. Let's get this party started. Okay, it starts with hopeful music. At least it's starting off on instead of going right into the darkness. New red wheat seeds. A burdened beast saddle. Mill operation unit. Looking for previously owned spine massager. May need mail order. 2 wooden coats. Swinton's tailor shop. Dad needs its hem trimmed short. You saw that error that popped up for a second. The romance of Yves. Crossed out. I said I forgot. Grab some cheap candy to tide the kids over. Ask George if you can borrow his medal. Okay, hold on. YouTube has been doing this thing lately, and I don't know why. It's been trying to get you guys to see more ads, and I'm trying to slow that down. Okay. No, I skipped the ads. I turned them off. All right, Pierce. I heard your leave was approved. I suppose it went rather well. It's all thanks to you. It's all thanks to that baby face of yours, lad. The brass occasionally want The brass occasionally want to put up a facade of caring about their subordinates. They call it good branding. I guess the brass happened to be in a good mood. The mill back home stopped working, and the old carpenter there broke his leg again. So my mother's asked me home to help out. 10 days of leave, minus 8 days on the road. A day and a half is more than enough for me to deal with that rickety antique. I left an extra half day open in case my dad needs help tilling the other part of the field. All right, I should pick up a dozen work gloves. The ones back home are past their prime. Is this a shopping list? That's right, Captain. Just so nothing is missing. I don't know when I'm going to get time off again. Hopefully you earned yourself a real medal or two by then. Of course, all for Victoria. That's the kind of ambition I want to see, lad. Once I knew a bloke named Todd. I once knew a bloke by the name of Todd. He and I fought almost these Spirecasters out of the frontier. And he earned himself a solid gold medal. What a beautiful thing that was, glittering as it hung on his chest. It shone so brightly, nobody could take their eyes off of it. Our beloved Duke Windermere, personally awarded him the medal, which is the highest of honors for any soldier. But at the celebration banquet later on, old Todd had a bitter look on his face. Can you guess why? Because he wasn't satisfied with the merits he earned. No, it's much worse than that. He couldn't lift his mug or take a swig of beer. His hands got replaced with a pair of wooden prosthetics. The veteran officer grins, showing a mouthful of yellow teeth. The young soldier laughs dryly. He knows this is one of the officer's many poor jokes. The wind is so strong on the deck that the soldier has to hold on to the brim of his hat, letting out a loud yet harmless sneeze. No matter the season or weather, standing on the deck of a prancing high-speed battleship always makes one want to wrap himself in his coat. The young soldier thinks to himself, Wells is in charge today. How many cans of rations did that pudgy bald man swipe? But the creamy vegetable chowder he makes is without equal. And if fortune is on his side, that old bastard might even throw in a healthy serving of foul beast into his soup. He figures that he should leave after the sun sets and he finishes dinner. The mobile fortress they're stationed in has already reached Londinium's vicinity. When the weather is clear, they can even see the pinnacle of the Shard on the horizon. After returning to the station, he's board the logistics squad's transport vehicle and head to the nearest town first, where he'd be able to have a drink or two at the tavern. In the early morning, there'd be cobbers heading into town to sell their wares. 2 boxes of tobacco would let them hitch a ride. 2 boxes of tobacco. The young soldier recalls those barns from back home, always filled with the fermented smell of composed straw. Even now that the smell occasionally wafts to him in his dreams, making him want to pinch his nose, but at the same time, it represents a connection with his hometown. Yeah, I already read this. If it only occurs occasionally, then so be it. He furrows his brows quietly, deciding not to continue deluding himself with these sentiments. Even if it's only occasional, he doesn't want to experience that stench again. He must admit that it's always the biggest impediment every time he returns home. The fog's rising again. I never get used to Londinium's bloody weather. Wasn't much better when we were stationed at the Londinian's outskirts, but at least you could enjoy a little sunshine in the afternoon. Go tell the captain we can't see a thing at this weather's observation outpost. Something's interfering with the radar too. We should head back. Castor's forces are obediently maintaining formation. Gododin, yeah, moved his men further back. Other than a few familiar faces in the forward team, Old Wellington's main force still hasn't shown up. Other than our dear Duke Windermere, the remaining 7 dukes are watching on from the sidelines. The patrol's over. Sir, that's Sarkas. None of our business. The brass always have their own agenda. But I heard that Londinium's Piers. I've been a soldier for over a decade. After drinking and playing cards, the most important thing I picked up from being in the army is those rumors you hear, always bunk them and balderdash. Okay. If this ad notification keeps popping up, I'm gonna just turn them off entirely. Yes, because it's just telling. Yeah, you haven't gotten them. It's telling me that there's going to be an ad in 30 seconds. Like, it warns me before it happens. But it's too excessive. And plus you got plus the ones with memberships don't see them, I don't think. I think it's just the regular viewers. Okay, the ad should have just dropped. The people, I'm gonna let this one rock just so I can see how long it takes for the next notification to pop up, and if it happens quickly after that, I'm just gonna turn them off. I'd love to get paid, but you know, if it's gonna stop you guys from being able to see what's going on, then you shouldn't have gotten an ad, Jacko. Okay, something's going on. I'm turning them off. Yeah, I'm gonna turn them off. Every 30 minutes. I didn't know that was an option. Okay. Okay, I can do that. And I can set it to do them at different times. We'll try that. Every 30 minutes. Comey, thank you for the 5 gifted. If you just received a gifted membership, please make sure to thank Comey. But I think I just set it for every 30 minutes. We're going to try that one last time. Thank you, Comey, for sponsoring this stream. Do you like Arknights? Do you enjoy a good story? Look no further than Comey Error gifting memberships to every motherfucker in the stream. Thank you, Comey, for sponsoring this stream. I'm sorry, chat. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right. Never pay any heed to them. The officers in the back have their eyes on the map and will take care of everything. Ours is but to do or die. Isn't it our duty to defend Victoria? Only they can decide what Victoria is, boy. Our job is simply to follow orders. Go and head back. Our day of peace is over. I ought to treat myself to a hot shower. This damn fog's making my bones ache. Membership's so cheap, she's practically giving them away. I'm sorry. Maybe things have been too stressful these days. The young soldier begins to thank himself for taking some time to unwind. The battlefield always puts people on edge, even more so when you don't know where the when or where war will break out, or who you can trust. He thinks to himself, it's a bit clammy. He lifts his head to undo the first button of his shirt, seeing as how his dear officer had just declared the end of the armistice. What does that mean? An agreement made by opposing sides in a war to stop fighting for a certain time. A truce. Oh, it's the end of the truce. Got it. Or a ceasefire. Yeah, or a ceasefire. A little disregard for protocol shouldn't matter. He thinks of the fireplace back home. A few years ago, he came home wearing a brand new military outfit, unwilling to undo even a single button despite sweating profusely from the heat it hurt. I'm sorry, that's not funny. For that, the young lass Shirley laughed at him for quite some time. The young soldier curls the corner of his lips. That's why I didn't bring you your sappy romance novel, Payback. There it is. There it is. I knew something was gonna happen. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Main cannon output is normal. Confirming target destroyed. Good. Begin preparations for the next phase. The Dukes will react soon. There she is. Your Highness. Your Highness. A new face? Yes, Your Highness. I was just promoted from the mercenary unit by the general. It's the greatest honor. You've always been mine. It's an honor to make your acquaintance as well. What is your name? My name is... Don't even remember your name. Jeez. I don't have a formal name. They just call me Elbow. Damn. I should have picked a name from a book. Elbow. Why thy name? It's nothing. I just got burnt when I was drinking soup. I mean, it's a stupid story. Hardly worth your attention, Your Highness. You must have been holding your bowl too high. No. It was Plug. That bastard ran into me. The next time I see him, I swear. Your Highness. Oh, I'm sorry, General, Your Highness. You may leave. It seems you still have a lot of work to do. I heard they're serving creamy vegetable chowder at the airship garrison tonight. Don't miss supper time. Thank you, Your Highness Theresa. When each battle ends, the Sarkas have a home to return to. We'll be able to return to Kazdal soon, right? Of course. I prefer to be with them rather rather than with the aristocrats of the royal court. Slow down. Each and every moment, the collective souls of the Sarkas forced me to my knees, immersing me in our long and painful history. But these newly grown children, give me a tangible sense of the future. And what should we do with this future? Co-sign it to another round of wars sweeping across the land? When scorched earth spreads as far as the eye can see, will these new seedlings sprout as we hope? Hope is as weighty as ever, Manfred. Your Highness, in accordance with the military commission's plans, a section of Londinium has been detached. As of right now, it has arrived at the designated location, parked between the main city and the Duke's encirclement. It will become the cornerstone and launch pad of our next offensive, and this airship will also temporarily dock there. The Duke of Windermere should soon receive news that her high-speed battleship has been destroyed, but she also cannot ignore the threat this airship poses, which in turn will help. What does that mean again, chat? Ghoul, undead. The undead king's front develop. Thank you. In accordance with the regime's instructions, we must next take a look outside, General. Manfred turns to look out the window. He is forced to admit that the carefully planned flames burning before his eyes are not as exhilarating as he had imagined. The firelight is blinding. Our war has finally broken out. According to the military commission's projections, the Dukes will cautiously proceed with military operations within 16 hours. We have already made our preparations. No, the war never ended. It is not only ranks ripping through other ranks that is worthy of the name of war. Those eyes lurking behind the curtains, the curses whispered in the dead of night. Those suppressed cries are all war. Those compatriots who perished alone in the barrens, those robes dragged across the ground during the black processions, those Casdell bricks and tiles sealed away in a collector's glass display case are all also war. War has always been a part of us. We simply pushed it out for all to see once again. Even if the flames of war were ignited in Victoria, Casdell has always been a part of the battlefield. I've already made many plans with the General about this. No, Manfred, that's not what I was asking. I simply observed that beneath our feet, the shadow of this airship covers all indiscriminately. Put an end to it, General. If this ultimately is proven to be the only way for the Sarkas, then drown tears with tears and bury suffering with suffering. This is the only way. I will carry out your will, Your Highness. You see that? No mistake about it. Looks like it came straight out of a storybook. The Harbinger of Destruction. The Prophet of Turmoil. Nightmare given form. So, you ever see that gloom pincer as big as a mountain? Lugging God. You ever see that gloom pincer as big as a mountain? Lugging along its chest of perfume? Yep. Just like Red-Nosed Humbert. Red-Nosed Humbert. Oh, that's a character that I haven't seen yet, right? Just like Red-Nosed Humbert talked about. Nine said before, you're in no condition to be drinking. I only had a sip. I don't have much time left. Leave me with my last bit of hope. You still remember that night on the snowfield, right? Everyone was freezing to death, and Red-Nosed Humbert told us about a strange legend from this village. Sorry, I signed on in Victoria. There we go. That's what I was trying to suppress while I was reading. Oh, really? I thought, yeah, Red-Nosed Humbert died back in Ursus. He was a good guy. Took at least 4 of those patrol unit bastards with him. Damn it. You would have appreciated him and his stories. Gotta pour one out for him. Oh man, it's been a minute. You're drunk again, Ramanage. How many times do I have to tell you? Hand over the flagon. The flagon. That's not how it's pronounced. I've heard this word before. Whatever. Ma'am, I don't have much longer to live. Come on. You still got a long life ahead of you. If you listen to the doctor, I hate doctors. They're all liars, all of them. He's asleep again. Oh, did he pass out right there? Toss him a blanket. We can't be too far from Londinium now. Yeah, if we're lucky, we'll be able to see those city walls in just over a week. It'd be faster if we could fix that piece of junk car. You don't see catastrophes too often around Londinium, but given the current situation, it's virtually impossible not to bump into any of the Duke's troops, and none of them are going to welcome us. Then throw the Sarkaz on top. We need to be even more cautious during our subsequent operations. We need to find our trap people, whether they still think there are people or not. Oh man, I just remembered this chapter has something to do with Theresa too, or not Theresa. Her name is not in my head at the moment. The other dragon starts with a T. Fuck. Tallulah. Thank you, Tallulah. This one has something to do with Tallulah. I just fucking remembered that. Oh, this is gonna be really good. Getting everyone back together is difficult, but we still feel the same pain and share the same sorrow. Those feelings never stop chasing us, and they force us to keep moving forward. I'm not saying that just to cope, but this is the only thing we can do with full peace of mind. Let those infected on the verge of despair know that they still have comrades out there, and that their lives aren't disposable. Stay where you belong. I called that shit, baby. Tallulah. Oh wait, they picked her up a minute ago anyway, so I mean it's only bound to happen. Yeah, she's traveling with them. Yeah. 9. I'm just getting a breath of fresh air. Fine. I have my eye on you. Flames are burning out there in the distance. They've been burning for some time now. Hopefully it's just a patch of wood struck by lightning. Yeah, we did see her in the PV. Our squad will cross over. Lightning, huh? I saw you were making stew back at the camp. I was just helping out the cook. She still had 2 baskets of potatoes to get through. I gave it a taste. Wasn't too bad. And Lena, I mean, an old friend once taught me a few things. Rest in peace. I thought I had forgotten it all. If you're still willing to play a part before facing justice, I won't stop you. But You'd best remember who you are, Tallulah. We'll be watching you. All of us. I know. Start packing up. It's time to go. Huh? I fell asleep? Damn it. Come on, Nine. Take pity on this old man. Let me have another sip. Otherwise, I'm as good as dead today. Bah, did you see that? The edge of the sky is blood red. Red-Nosed Hubert said. He said that's a good omen. A good omen, I tell you. He said that... The other shore. He said that was the other shore. Victory. I don't exactly remember. Maybe. Maybe it means tomorrow will be a good day, my friends. That's the beginning of the end. Okay, it's teaching me a new mechanic. Oh, God. Wait, hold on. The most dangerous thing on the battlefield is not the downpour of the enemy fire you'll face. It's imposters trying to win your sympathy.
What a pain.
For this special operation in Newport, we'll start with the limited initial deployment resources. Fuck. I was trying to click the thing on his head. However, there are spies hidden among them. Our operators will begin to identify any unidentified civilians once they enter their attack range or become blocked. After some time has passed, we'll be able to ascertain whether they are spies. I'm guessing this one won't be revealed until it's blocked. Oh, wait.
Are you ready?
Wait, why isn't it?
Are you ready?
Okay. Wait, what? Legitimate civilians will no longer be blocked once their identity has been confirmed. But keep in mind that only identified civilians will replenish our deployment resources once they enter our protected zone.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I guess I just have to have a unit there, and as they pass by the unit, they'll either be checked as a villain or an enemy or a Okay, that guy looks kind of sus. Is he a spy? How can you tell? Is there something different on his... You can often tell a spy from a civilian by subtle differences in their behavior. Look, we've detected signs that that one's a spy. So what do we do about it?
Let's take it slow.
Here, target locked.
Got it. Okay. Suspicious individuals reveal their true colors after a little while after they've been identified. Stop the spies.
Ora, ora! There you are. Like a shadow. Take aim.
Okay. We can bone rush this now.
Meow. How to meow like this?
Mission accomplished.
Okay. So it's just a
Perfect
spy system.
Victory? Whatever. A victory's a victory after all.
Oh, it's because I'm playing this on the Google Store thing. We've confirmed that a high-speed warship belonging to the Duke of Windermere was attacked by an unknown Sarkis weapon. There were no survivors. Our preliminary conclusion is that the weapon in question is indeed the structure that briefly appeared in the skies over Londinium. Based on frontline evaluation from the remote observation team, the weapon's powerful mid-air suspension abilities and the efficiency of its Originium Arts generator deserve due caution. It is impossible to evaluate the Sarkis technological base for manufacturing large-scale armed aerial vehicles, given the information we currently have. We're in the process of gathering more intel. However, until it has proven that Sarkis possess the technological means to mass produce such weapons, we would recommend against categorizing this target as the highest threat level for the time being, as countermeasures have already been deployed. It should also be noted that Newport Borough, Londinium's old logistics district, was separated from the main body of Londinium City yesterday. The plate is now docked by itself between the city and the Londinium peripheral front formed by the various dukes. We have reason to suspect that the Sarkis are trying to convert this plate into a forward operating base, using it to support their slate of large-scale military operations in the foreseeable future. It will likely also be used as a temporary stop for that large-scale Sarkis weapon. The current commander of the Londinium Defense Forces, Colonel Leto, issued a statement claiming that Newport was accidentally separated from Londinium's main body due to the technological reasons. A large number of Londinian citizens still remain on the plate, and the defense forces are preparing to launch a rescue plan for these citizens. The remote observation team has provided several photos taken on the scene. At the moment, we are not planning any large-scale operations against this plate. However, intelligence personnel believe that a series of irregular staffing transfers between the Duke of Windermere's mobile forces and the ironclad Galave over the last 8 hours is likely related to the situation in Newport. Several analysts have pointed out that the Duke of Windermere's military claims to this plate are more radical than we previously anticipated, and the specific reasons behind this warrant a mere in-depth investigation. Are you guys still getting ads? Okay. When you get an ad, say ad. I'm trying to see something. I might turn them off entirely. It might just end up going off because I don't want anyone to. I don't want to be reading and you guys are just not like seeing what I'm saying. We're monitoring the other Duke's attitudes and subsequent actions in response to the Sarkis attack, and we'll be submitting routine analysis reports at shorter intervals. Awaiting further instructions. Technical reasons? How unsophisticated. But it gets the job done. They know full well that we all care greatly about our own reputations, especially in the face of Victoria's coming future. So, they also decided to throw a bit of bait. A flying fortress, huh? Pains me to say this, but as long as they're holding on to Norport Borough at gunpoint, things are going to get messy. Now, even Wellington doesn't have the nerve to rush over with this high-speed warship, rain fire on the old logistics area, and snatch away his new toy. But he won't be able to resist the temptation. Affirmative. The Duke of Wellington's troops have sped up their advance. We suspect he's already gained intel on the airship. This massive airship is indeed beyond our calculations, and it has the potential to reshape future wars. But, as the intelligence says, we are far from the point of things spiraling out of control. According to our estimates, even if the Sarkis had a secret channel for transporting supplies, they wouldn't have had the time or resources to build multiple airships. Those damn devils can hardly bring out the value of this technology, but perhaps we can. That's right. Naturally, this is extremely important to me. Even if I don't give the order, I expect that you'll bring it to me. However, our gaze ought to be cast wider than the singular piece of technology. What really worries me is we've let the Sarkis run amok in the Shard for far too long. Even the most dim-witted fools will eventually figure out what lies behind the buttons and levers. Allerdale, I don't blame her. She was never ambitious enough. That was her strong suit, and I allowed her to keep it. Oh, okay, never mind. I get it. She was never ambitious enough. That was her strong suit, and I never allowed her to keep it. But it doesn't look like there's any way to make use of our Stone of the Sword. Rest assured, the dukes who have supported you, along with their vessels, are still resolutely on your side. I promised them peace and safety, and I will deliver. I've turned off ads. I'm gonna let the ads run for these people. Let me go get some socks because it is getting cold. Speedy got 2. Oh yeah, I turned them off. That should be the last. Those should be the last ads for everybody. I turned them off. I'm sorry that you guys had to deal with that. I don't know what's going on with YouTube right now, but yes, I noticed it yesterday as something was weird with the ad system. I just turned it off for everybody. We'll be fine. I got a few videos coming out, so it should be fine. It's not a big deal. Um, um, forever honor one's commitments. That has always been the motto of House Caster since ancient times. What's up, Ilya? Trilby Asher is already being dealt with. Hold on, let me look up this person because I know the name, but I already. Don't? Okay. It's a spoiler? This isn't. Wait. Is it a spoiler? You haven't met them yet. Okay, I won't look them up. You've heard of them? Just heard of them? I haven't seen them. Okay. Yeah. I won't look it up. I was waiting to see what the chat would say. All right. Naturally, they always have a way. Then your grace, about the citizens of Norport. Colonel Leto said that he was preparing a rescue plan. You won't go wrong putting your trust in that Gaulish commander. I've met him before. He's an interesting man. The Sarkis have never publicly claimed to occupy Londinium, as it has normally been under the control of the defense forces. And this Lieutenant Colonel has managed to survive in his position for 4 years without getting caught up in any major trouble either. We all know that what those devils are like. So that fact alone is respectable enough. Who knows? Maybe he's more keen on becoming a savior than we are. I see what you're saying. Getting the right people into the right positions and turning valued friends into truly loyal partners is harder than we initially expected. Old Wellington knows what I want, and I know what he wants. Though we've never talked about these things openly, we've naturally helped each other, all the while keeping an extra knife sharpened for one another. Damn. Damn. Poor thing. Windermere's been playing with the Londinians for so long, it might be a while until she remembers how Victoria works. Indeed. We still don't quite understand why the Duke of Windermere is so keenly interested in Norport's affairs. Does she also want that airship technology? Maybe she wants to add another card to her hand. She knows she's in for a rough time soon. With opportunity comes desire. Both are as efficient, equally effective at leading people into the abyss. I don't know, I have a speech impediment or something, but I could not say that word. That cousin of mine failed to understand this, which is why he's been dead for 26 years. You know, he still appears in my dreams from time to time. Can't say I ever liked him. He was a bombastic, self-righteous boy. I should probably finish reading the sentence. When we were young, he'd run up and down the corridors of the palace, spouting quotes from the past kings he saw in some book. And he'd always spew the same trite platitudes. A role model for the masses. Noblesse oblige, what have you. He treated those words as his guiding compass, though they probably didn't even come from the kings they were attributed to. In all likelihood, they were flattering embellishments added to the royal archivists. He actually believed those words and paid the price for it. But despite all that, I sometimes still miss him. During those years he was still around, we could pretend that all was well. But now, Even the dullest of men must open their eyes. Open their eyes and bear witness to all our ugliness. Covetousness? Covetousness. A strong desire for something, especially something that belongs to someone else, or an excessive desire for wealth or possessions. So a form of envious greed? Maybe? For example, someone might feel covetous of another person's success or expensive car. Yeah, so envious greed. Yeah. Okay. And opportunism. War is broken out, and its event has fulfilled everyone's wishes at all. Your Grace, this is also your chance to unite Victoria. Unity. Victoria has been trodden upon and sullied for far too long. You have the right to restore her glory. These glasses make the back of my ears itch. This war is for Victoria. No, my child. This war is not for Victoria alone. Victoria, how we love to speak the name of our country. No, it's nothing more than a rag to cover festering abscesses. I'm making sure I understand what that means. A lump of pus that can develop in the body, so it just means like a contamination, I guess. When the people are in need of morality, an empty husk to exploit hope when the people are in need of dignity. All those farmers, laborers, soldiers, and nobles, all these who despise each other, who grope at each other's throats. Why does lumping all of them together make the great Victoria? Okay. When they speak of Victoria, what is it they refer to? The fields they've tilled for half a lifetime? The factories they've grogged on their blood and tears? She's basically trying to say that Victoria has been dead for quite some time, and nobody can really make a good they can't define Victoria as a good place of living. That's how I'm perceiving this. There's no honorable way to describe Victoria at this point, is how I'm perceiving this. She's saying Victoria is corrupted and filthy, like she isn't one of the sources of it. Yeah, it's practically it is her fault. Not practically, it is her fault. She's one of the reasons. I'm pretty sure there's other reasons as well. It's just the nobles being privileged, standing on their high horse, trying to define something as toxic when it really isn't, just for the sake of their own ideals. Egotistical. Yeah. All while they had their king executed. Typical nobles. Yeah, this sounds Fucked. Collections of looted artifacts, great halls of imported carpets, a splotch of color with a line of text on an atlas, or a news headline and a set of economic figures on a television set. Or is it the vast, glorious, and invincible empire built on the foundations of each man's imagination? Let us prepare ourselves. Let us wait with bated breath. Take a good look. Witness where this war will take us. Yeah, she's a psychopath. That plain and simple. Good day, sir. Let me guess. You're gonna be strung up on that fence too, huh? To be honest, I don't have a lot of fun with that job. I suggest you turn around and crawl back to where you belong. No, please wait, good sir. The others wanted me to come talk to you. That's not what I meant. We just have a few trivial issues, so if you could show us a bit of mercy. When did you Victorians start taking us devils for a bunch of bleeding hearts? All we wanted was to show what's going on in Norport Borough. Nothing worth mentioning. What if... Look, we can still scrounge up some valuable trinkets. Surely you've heard of Sargon's gems. I have a number of them here. Get lost. I get it. You're not interested, huh? I also have a collection of old Gaulish paintings that are said to be priceless. Oh, alright. Maybe I was out of line to say that. This is going to cost me my life, isn't it? How about a Sancta Patron Fire? Why is she doing this? I just happen to have one stashed away back home. Interesting. You got your hands on an Angel's Guardian gun, huh? Oh, it's not mine though. It's just for safekeeping. Heavens, those angels from the Notarial Hall are going to flay me alive if they find out. But if you're interested, I just happen to hear you, the Sarkis, enjoy collecting them. So, listen up. I prefer my angelic toys looted from a pile of corpses. Now piss off. Sarkis, we just want to know what's going on. This is a perfectly legitimate request. So many of us have been driven out of our homes and crammed into a little ghetto with no place to live. No food, no freedom. Now, all we want is an explanation. Are all these houses not good enough for you? Pick a door, any door. Knock on one of them and get your sorry ass inside. What more do you want? A bathtub with a built-in back massager? You can't treat us like this. We're the defense forces. I personally know Leto and want to speak to him. You haven't broken any rules. Sorry, got a little distracted here, you know what I'm saying? That's enough, mister. Be careful. They're armed. Let go of me. What do I have to be careful for? Listen up, Sarkas. I've lived here for 30 years. This is my city. This is my neighborhood. I know you've taken over those factories. I know you lust for Londinium's wealth, so take it. Splitting off a few factories won't put a dent in Victoria's glory. But I am my own man. Not even the king can take my home. Tell me, why did Norport Borough dive out of Londinium overnight? What's the meaning of all these walls outside the borough? Hey, are you trying to get yourself killed? What possessed you into thinking that you could challenge my authority? Oh, you guys are stupid. Wait, please, good sir. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, you got fucked. What a waste. Listen up, you sorry worms. To tell the truth, I like nothing more than to slaughter each and every one of you right now. Seeing your faces make me sick. But the boss says you lot are still useful. So I promised him to show a little restraint. This is the grace I've afforded you. But no, I could take it back just as easily. Hurry, run, get away from here. Oh, he's done. He's finished with these guys. Run as fast as you can, pathetic Victorians. You've had your fun already. Now it's your time to get a taste of life, the life you once forced onto us. Hide in every nook and cranny. Hide beneath every shadow. Rip your morality and swallow your dignity. This is everything we Sarkas have experienced. Now rejoice, because it is yours too. Call it equality. This is a kind of equality you've never known. Explain myself. Answer your questions? No. This is war, you dipshits. Learn it, embrace it. Just like we did for thousands of years. Where am I? Stop your blubbering already. Did you think they invited you here for a picnic? You can guess where the people were, who the people who weren't so willing to come out ended up. You're... Is she new? Okay. Okay, call me Baird. You're hurt and need your wounds dressed. Follow me. Mission. Darkness.
All units, double check the status of your anti-originium equipment.
Mission. Darkness.
I'm listening.
Monster.
Oh, I thought I had more points than that. What the fuck was I reading?
このままじゃ危険だ。最後の防衛線は僕が守るから、ドクターは早く撤退命令を。
Okay, this is fine because I needed to swap some characters out anyway. Defender. I need you, yes.
I got lots of friends here.
I am within my rights to oversee and bring up my own opinion on your command.
Sound of muddy air, tracks of animal. I'll keep a watch that way.
相手のターゲットは誰かな。
減はしますよ。
即戦即決。
I'm listening.
Only upon saving them do I get more.
Hindrance shall be no more.
Just a stall for now.
信号は安定。即戦即決。
Yeah, I see.
Yes, I am fully ready.
Forward.
Did I activate a skill? No, I didn't.
Don't keep bettering at your step.
With all of you behind me, I won't take a single step back.
This will be over soon.
即戦即決。
That's advance.
Solidify.
In position. Requesting permission of fire.
Solidify.
Oh, I could have just used the. Oh man. Okay.
What do you need of me?
信号は安定。誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
Yielding is not an option. Yielding is not an option.
Got it. I'm hearing movement. Stay calm and move.
Solidify. Yielding is not an option.
Yeah, we're good.
Yielding is not an option.
I should have. I saw a misplacement with Ray, but it didn't matter. Okay, so this is gonna be. I already see that this is going to get hard, and it might stress me out a little bit because of the freaking enemies coming in at the same time as you're trying to save units, and possibly might hurt some of the people you're trying to save. This is literally yeah, this is gonna get difficult for me. This chapter's mechanic is very oppressive and can't be ignored. Okay, so it's definitely going to be very important. Morgan mentioned in chapter 11 a name. So you've seen the name, but this is the first time you're seeing them. Got it. Thank you. Baird. I don't know. All right, we should be safe here. Katar, it's still a mess outside. We're most certainly not in Londinium anymore. I reckon we can see the situation outside the plate from the top of the old loading tower, but I can't get near it. It's outside the restricted area. I called her Baird. Okay. Thank you. And I reckon if you could spot anything, it wouldn't mean a thing. The Sarkis could slow down. You're doing it again. I feel it. The Sarkis keep a close eye, and there are too many of them. Who is he? Katar, is he playable? Yo, he looks sick as fuck. Not for now? Damn. Alright. What's the old bloke's story? He was trying to talk terms with the Sarkis. And how'd that turn out? Take a look yourself. There. That's about all I can do. Bandaging your wound. Thank you. Goodness. Why? Just what happened? What else could have happened? The Sarkis have been in Londinium for 4 years now. You can't possibly still think they were invited here by that poor sod Cavendish as his guest, right? But they haven't ever what? You must be one of those noblemen who never leave their mansions and need their maids to fetch them their morning Sisty milk. How'd you fall so low as to find yourself in Norport? No, but I'm but a scholar. I've merely run into certain troubles financially. As soon as I finish my manuscript, I shall... Drat, that manuscript's still in my study. Baird, you really got a knack for finding these poor, down-on-their-luck bastards, don't you? Would you at least have some respect? If all goes well, it's very likely I'll become Royal Academy of Scientists next act. Oh my god. Your arms almost got chopped off. And treated like shit. And you're... Okay. Very likely, huh? I still don't understand. The news kept saying that all is well. What more do you want them to say? Friends and citizens, I sincerely regret to inform you that Londinium is now a shithole. The special instructors that they sent to the newspaper offices and TV stations actually earned their keep, you know. Did you see whose flag they were flying above the munitions factory in Hypergryph? If not, you've got to at least remember the fire in Otterberg the other day, right? But the war, what about the defense forces? The Dukes, aren't they defending us all around Londinium? How can this be? The Sarkis can't possibly triumph over the Dukes, can they? The Devils are a bunch of savages who cower in the wilderness, but Victoria is still the greatest country in all the lands. Who told you that? Did you realize that out of nowhere while munching on a cake at home? I didn't feel that way at all when the Dibbles held me up against the wall and frisked me. Right. All right. Next, academician. That is such a weird word. Academic. It's like musician, but it's okay. Off you go. You don't belong here. But where can I go? My flat is not in this lockdown zone, and I haven't the slightest idea of where my loyal servant is. I know no one here. What can you do? Medical work, sewing, repair, anything? Octrig. My research is in Heldery. You scholarly chaps ever studied on how to turn air into steaks? Well, it is by no means my area of expertise, but I'd imagine it is a little difficult. Baird, stop bringing these fancy lads back, will ya? He doesn't even understand sarcasm. We don't have a lot of supplies on hand here. Maybe he can help Delphine manage the warehouse. Her design's fire. Her design's fire. Baird, stop trying to pass all your problems to me. I can't very well watch him die in the street. At times like this, we have to come together and unite as one. Even having one extra man on board is more power to us. Come together. I wish Parliament and the Dukes would learn from you people. We wouldn't have fallen to where we are today. You think they're not united enough? They were all very united when it came to hanging like a king. That was... Never mind. I just hope you will be of some use, Mr. Next Academician. I shall do everything in my power. Though, speaking of which, who would all of you be? Who are we? Alright, welcome to our gym. The Slobber Knocker. Ah! You can call us Glasgow. Oh! That's the rest of the Glasgow gang? Like, that's the rest of them? That's fire. That's fire. Heidi, how have you been? To tell the truth, I haven't any idea where you've been as of late. Ever since Mr. Adams, the bookshop owner, died, I haven't been able to reach you. It's been a long time since I last continued our work. Forgive me, my dear friend. I never hide anything from you. But I am truly very befuddled. Ignore the side of my room, but you once told me that peace would come again. I don't know if you actually read the message, but don't forget Golding's assistant was killed at the inn. Yeah, the one that was here helping out with the students, right? Or are we talking about someone else? Molly, yeah, Molly. The one that was helping with the students. Yeah, I didn't know she died. Okay. Nah, I think they explicitly said they killed her. Okay. I didn't know. Okay, my bad. I didn't know that. I didn't know she... No, we don't know what happened. Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't see anywhere that they killed her. I don't remember that. Unless you can point me to exactly when they said that. Not explicit, but kind of implied. So let's all assume, okay, yeah. Let's just say MIA. I didn't see anywhere that they said that, or at least it didn't process that way to me. I remember the Damatsi saying she's dead, but I could be wrong. The important part is being replaced. Okay. You once told me that peace would come again. But I can't fool myself with false hope anymore. I can't hide in my room and pretend that everything we do is still meaningful. Right. We could look at things on a broader scale, the dimension of history. Of course, peace will come. It will, eventually. And war will undoubtedly shatter it in an even crueler way. I once thought we could win, and I still hope that we will win. But Heidi, if everything that we have done amounts to nothing but self-comfort, no, not if, this might already be the truth. These books, these desks, and this school that may come crumbling down at any moment, how are they meant to stand up against the force of a new era? Heidi, I can't keep going anymore. What should I do? And this isn't really her, right? Like, this is someone that's working with the colonel, right? Okay. Molly, you're back. Are you writing a letter? No, this is nothing. I just remembered a few novels that I read before. The protagonists were always charming, suave, always heading to the front lines wearing a uniform befitting of them with a pipe in their mouths. Why did they word it like that? But the authors never tell us which battlefield they head to and how the trenches smell. Those who are enamored of the protagonists, both women and men, taste fine desserts with anxious hearts. Of course, we all know these are just literary techniques. The stories always end happily. Authors with a little bit of ambition might try to build what the critics call a profound atmosphere. The stories are adorned with preventable deaths, and they are always the protagonist's comrade and dearest friend, dying in the trenches to shield the hero. In the end, the wretched enemy finds themselves defeated by the hero's sword, thus restoring justice and morality. And at his fallen friend's funeral, a solemn crowd gathers to remember his heroics, as petals symbolizing honor are scattered atop the casket. This is the most emotional part. The protagonist clenches his fists, wipes his tears, and looks towards the morning sun with resolve. Sounds like an anime. And without fail, they always say that hope will come and all sacrifices will be meaningful. And that's where the author stops. Let the readers imagine for themselves that truly beautiful future. Let them bask in that stately feeling in the end. I'm surprised you read these kind of novels. It was years ago. Everyone was that age once. I used to be obsessed with these books when I was still a young girl. I wasn't very attached to the protagonist actually, but I was indeed obsessed with those deaths. Sometimes I imagine myself one of those heroes who sacrificed themselves for their cause, and the masses would sing my praises for the era I helped create, or at the very least, my sacrifice. How childish. Later on, I thought I'd be clear-headed enough to see past these sugar-coated fantasies. But then, I started to notice there might be nothing inherently different between who I am now and who I was back then. Don't say that. You told the children yourself. Death is a solemn topic. Did I? I don't remember. Perhaps it was just the lectures that I've gotten so used to giving. How's procurement today? Not too bad. The situation on the streets isn't very serious. The prices at the shops haven't gone up, though there were more city defense soldiers than usual, and the Sarkis soldiers, they're not as secretive as they used to be. But everyone is pretending as if nothing has happened, except what used to be Norport. There's nothing left except support structures extending from the surrounding districts. What about those places? I need to apologize to you again. I should never have dragged you into this. It's just, Leto has his eyes on me, and every time I step out the door, I find myself followed by several ill-meaning men. I had no choice but to make a gamble. That you are not on their watch list yet. No, I'm glad to do my part in Londinium. It's just the places you told me about were all pretty quiet. I used the passwords, but no one answered. Maybe they've already given up. No, they're all stronger than I am. Much stronger. But I found a letter. It should be for you, so I didn't open it. No, this isn't their handwriting. The letter has practically all their information on the Self-Salvation Corps communications. What? But how could that... This is a threat. They know us like the back of their hand. Then, what should we do, Lady Golding? Molly, I have another list of places for you. I've never been to these bases myself, but having analyzed the flow of information, they should be there. I shouldn't take this risk. This goes against our established practices, but this information is important to the Self-Salvation Corps, right? Many lives are on the line. Then we must do this. Molly, just as I taught you, watch out for anyone who could be tailing you. Whether they're Sarkis or not, do not let your guard down. Look for a girl named Clovisia, or anyone who can get in contact with her. Tell them, Jesus Christ. Tell them that their entire intelligence network has been exposed. They must evacuate immediately. Lady Golding, where are you going? To Leto's office. I'll try to buy as much time as I can for the rest of you. But relax. I'll be fine. I just hope I'm stronger than I think I am. I'm so mad this still isn't an outfit for Amiya, bro. Like, it's actually starting to tilt me a little bit. Doctor, I had a dream. I saw the city shrouded in the dark clouds, and bloodstained Sarkis flags drew above every building. Outside the city, Iridium grew everywhere my eyes could see. I saw a rusted throne towering above the lands. The masses kneeled before it, crying tears stained in black. I saw the person on the throne wave their arm, and the shouts that followed pierced the sky. Yet, in the shadow of the throne, the cowering men lifted their heads ever so slightly. I felt what they felt. I don't know how to describe it. It was so all over the place, so stifled. I could only make out what was on the surface. That pain. And hatred. Who was that on the throne? Is this the future that the collected souls of the Sarkis foresaw? Or is this the duty of the King of Sarkis? Did Theresa have this dream? Could this be the sight she is looking forward to now? No, it can't be. Doctor, this dream, it doesn't mean anything, right? You're just exhausted. Thank you, Doctor. Right, it was just a dream. Amiya, Doctor. Is Dr. Calcit better? Hard to say. Her body was frail to start with, and her wounds are deep. Shining has attempted several solutions, but all of them were limited in their effectiveness. She has yet to awaken. Monster seems to be slowly repairing itself. Likewise, we do not have any idea how well it will recover, or whether it can actually even recover. Doctor, at the Defense Forces Command Tower, if only none of us expected to see Theresa there. Dr. Calcit. I never once imagined that Dr. Calcit would one day be wounded this badly. She always solved all our problems like they were nothing. She gave us the best advice for every situation. She's Calcit. I've never even seen her look tired. But now, Doctor, I know. I will bear the responsibilities that are mine to bear. Rhodes Island's mission is far from over. But I want to see Dr. Calcit one more time. May I? Even if it's just sitting there by her bed for a short while. Rather than staying with the wounded, you have more important work to do. Closure wants you to know that she is finalized. Jesus Christ, words are coming into my eyes. Pause. Closure wants you to know that she has finished analyzing the data from the command tower. Clavizia is calling a meeting. We need to reevaluate the situation in Londinium. Ah, fuck, I didn't mean to click that. What did I click? War has broken out. Our initial plans have failed. Then please, tell us what our steps should be.
Your logical deduction was absolutely correct. What a perfect calculation.
All right. Brief intermission. I'm just going to step away for a second. This is my little cleansing time to make sure that I don't start stuttering. So please, you guys talk amongst yourselves for a quick second. I will be right back. It's raining outside. Back from patching? Oh, I hate you guys. What the heck is this? What the heck is this? Patch complete. I hate you guys. Okay. Villains seem to always have the upper hand in the virtuous. Over the virtuous. Not because they are stronger, but because they see morality as a weapon instead of a standard. Allies have greatly reduced cost limit. Amiya, doctor, you're here. As you can see, the morale here is rather low right now. It's a mess, but please pay it no mind. Ever since Allerdale left, our logistics have been in shambles. But given the problems we face, it's the best solution we have. We lost many men in our last battle. We once thought that these sacrifices would not be in vain, and that as long as we stopped the Sarkis projects, everything would still be salvageable. Regrettably, they acted much faster than we anticipated. The Sarkis, not only do they have the shard, they also built that airship. The report has been distributed to everyone. The airship attacked the Duke of Windermere's army out in the open. The illusion of peace has shattered. As for the shard, if the Sarkis willingly started this war, then their control of the shard must have proceeded much further along than we expected. Thank you, Soul, for the 19 months of being a Legion supporter. I appreciate you. Shut up, Comey. Allerdale, more like Traderdale? Yeah. She did us pretty dirty, huh? She did us pretty dirty. I'm too afraid to make this gamble. Allerdale once told me the legend of this sword. She said that the size of kings, capable of rending catastrophes asunder, is Victoria's strongest shield, with which the country can defend against the storms pulled toward it. Then she must have also told you, or she also must have told you, that the stone of the sword beneath the palace exists precisely because there are few who can activate its power. Siege, do you really feel nothing from the sword? Maybe, I don't know, like a sense of being summoned, or perhaps there's a low heat. Maybe you can suddenly use some kind of really wicked Originium arts. You just might actually be able to. No, nothing. The sword is cold and hard. It's a little lighter to swing than a hammer, and not very easy to control your strength with. Is there nothing else? If any part of you feels a little bit off, we should have this polished before it sees the battlefield again. It's a little rusted. It seems we can't count on the sword doing us much of a good turn and helping us fend off the threat from the shard for the time being. The Sarkis might think twice before they activate the shard. Right, Doctor of Rhodes Island. It is better for this sword to be under our control than any other faction. At the very least, being able to prevent it from becoming an accomplice to this war is important enough. Important enough? This is important enough? Allerdale, if only I... Please don't get discouraged, Siege. Maybe you just haven't gotten the hang of it, or it's not time yet. I'm just about done analyzing that supply line, Doctor. It's practically guaranteed that the starting point is rural Brentwood. But it's got a lot of endpoints. Aside from the munitions factory in Highbury, it's very likely they have a route that extends right underneath the shard. I'm starting to see, like, I hate this, man. Yeah, I'm good. It's just when I start reading, like, getting, like, whenever I start to feel like I'm starting to, like, get wrapped up in the story and just, like, dead focused on this, it kind of feels like words are starting to, like, jump around. And it's not, like, actual jumping or anything. Like, it's not like that. It's just, like, it start to get blurry. And it only happens when I start reading fast. And that's why I keep on saying slow down. It's very, it sucks because I can't really just get into the story and just let it happen. Like, remember when I used to do like early in the channel when I used to do reactions and get like super excited about stuff? I can't do that when I'm reading because it will become much harder to read. Words would get very blurry. It's really, really hard. But yeah. We found out way too late. If only we found out 10 days sooner, things probably wouldn't have turned out the way they have. That said, the intel about the supply route is still meaningful, Doctor. If this route is capable of the transport of heavy supplies and leads straight to the bottom of the shard, we can transport more supplies there. That's right. Does she have an English voice yet? Chat? With war having broken out, there may not have been a lot of guards around Theresis. Each lord of the royal court has to command their subordinates to fend off the dukes. Just joining the fray would be a problem, but from what I know about them, they wouldn't truly pick a side. Besides, I'm sure Dame Chaotik talked to their messenger before. Oh, that sucks. Okay. I just hope they opted to follow her advice. Now, we'd best... Vina, you ought to at least bring up what happened in Norport. It's our turf that the Sarkaz arseholes gutted out. Baird is still there. Bloody bastards. Instead of a counteroffensive on their supply line, we should be helping them. Calm down. We must think about the whole situation. You little twat. Oh god, she's awesome. You little twat. You think being a knight gives you the right to teach me to look at the big picture? I don't give a shit about wiping out some old Sarkaz monsters. My friends are in danger. My home is in danger. And you want me to bloody stand aside and do nothing? No, I know you're restless, but we must consider all possibilities. I do not recommend splitting up. Until we are certain the ones who attempted to take the Realm Blade has given up. You'd best cower underground like cowards. Give me a break. We can take care of those sneaky bastards. What we have to do now is enough, Indra. Fine. Oh, the music just like came back up. When will the operation targeting Theresa commence? Not very soon. We need some time to observe the supply line's specific situation. The shard's internal structure needs to be investigated too. Theresa, he's powerful. Letting our guards down would only spell our doom. How long will it take more specifically? Less than half a month? I hope to put a stop to all this before he truly activates the shard. That's good enough. Doctor, I'm requesting a temporary leave before this operation. Please rest assured that I'll be back before the operation is to commence. So you insist on going to Norport? I've lost enough friends already, Clavizia. I can't just do nothing over and over again. I am making this request out of my personal feelings, yes. I won't try to hide this. But at the same time, I think this is an opportunity before our normal operation officially begins. We can first remove certain hidden threats. For example, those who hurt Allerdale and those who want the size of kings. That, without a doubt, a duke. That's without a doubt a duke. No matter what position he is planning to take, I think I should have a conversation with him. Escalon said this already, but time is not on our side. I understand. I will handle this properly. Doctor, what do you think? There are things still worthy of our attention on that plate. Right. The Sarkis airship is likely to be docked in Norport. And this also implies Theresa might be there. In this war, we'll have to face her sooner or later. There is another thing. Logos mentioned to me. Emergency mission. Emergency. The Sarkis ambushed the Camden Borough safe house. Their forces. Camden. What's going on? Alert. The safe house in Octorate is being ambushed. Feist. The safe house in Highbury is under attack. What's the situation over there? We're mounting a counterattack and evacuating underground. The situation's dire. It's likely that the Sarkis have... This is not a simple annihilation. They're planning to... Granny? Granny, do you hear me? Drat, the transmission's cut off. What's going on? We have 3 safe houses under attack by the Sarkis. Their communications have been cut off. We must back them up immediately. No, it's not just the 3 safe houses. Our communications have been cut off. Get down, Doctor. Yeah, this is the definition of a coordinated attack. Clavizia, what's going on? How can this be? Here, this place is top secret. Within the South Salvation Corps. This is due to the warning that was given out, isn't it? Who else knew about the warning? I don't know who you leading. What are you alluding to? A certain thick lady. Inez. Logos mentioned to me that it's possible the Sarkis. Golding told someone about. Ah, yes. Molly, the fake Molly. I said Inez because of the freaking PV. I didn't know what was going on. Logos mentioned to me that it's possible the Sarkis have infiltrated our intelligence network. Based on the situation we now find ourselves in, we can only assume that the failure of our confidentiality far exceeds what we anticipated. It's very likely that all Salvation Corps bases are under attack. We must evacuate. Where can we go, though? Everyone, the Sarkis assault is fierce. They've had their eyes on this place for a long time, and the roots on the surface have already fallen. The mid-level buffer zone has been breached too. Doctor, the enemy is using a new Sarkis witchcraft device. With their numbers and strength, our defense force and Self-Salvation Corps friends won't be able to withstand this assault. Truth be told, we have no chance of winning. Robin, who's in charge of organizing defense, won't last very long. How much time can they buy us? 15 minutes? No, half an hour. That's all the time we have. Evacuate? Where are we supposed to run? There isn't anywhere safe for the Self-Salvation Corps to go in Londinium. The equipment factory's third warehouse? The car park at the Four Seasons department store? Maybe the Viscount Byron's mansion? No, they're all too risky. There has to be somewhere else. If it's dangerous everywhere in Londinium, we can evacuate the city for the time being. Evacuate Londinium? But, right, the Sarkis supply line. We use the supply line in Highbury to get the hell out of Londinium. We've got too many wounded men and non-combatants. Taking an underground route will help us avoid most of the fighting. But all our work in Londinium, the onslaught we're facing tells us that they simply thought they had no need to wipe us out before. Now that war has broken out, the military commission has started to truly see the Self-Salvation Corps as a threat. They have no time to hesitate. I need to head out immediately to back Robin up. We'll try to draw Sarka's main force's attention the best we can to cover your evacuation. Very well. Amiya, Doctor, the Self-Salvation Corps will need your assistance in this evacuation. We will never abandon our allies. Mount a breakout. Understood. Logos, I'm here. Help Horn and her team buy us time. Rest assured, Doctor. I will guarantee your safety. Before we can finalize plans to relocate and secure our communications, the Royal Court picked the perfect time for this annihilation operation. It seems they know us better than we ever imagined. Theresa has also gotten sharper. Not like when he was simply pretending. If it's certain that this place will fall, I guess it won't matter if we go all out. Logos, we will be back. You can rebuild this place. Next, we need to find the entrance of the Highbury supply route. Feist, this is where you come in. Understood. Everyone come with me. Closure. Take all the wounded and non-combatants and go with them. I'm counting on you to take care of Calcit. What? Huh? Doctor, what kind of sick joke is this? If I'm supposed to be a non-combatant, then so are you. You bet your ass I can beat the crap out of you. It's you who should be evacuating with the rest of them. Amiya and Ascalon will make sure I will be safe. Doctor, I won't let you get hurt. So we've got 3 teams. Horn, Misery, Logos will lead the primary operation to resist the Sarkis assault. Doctor, you go with Amiya and Siege's gang to hold up the other Sarkis pursuers. Shining and I will follow the rest of the Self-Salvation Corps and evacuate this place without making any noise. Where are we going to meet up in the inn? Small town outside Londinium, Brentwood. Alright, objective confirmed. We are now in war. It won't scare any one of us. It won't spare any one of us. But we also mustn't lose hope. I forgot there was a fight in this one.
Sound of muddy air.
Oh, here we
Tracks of animal. I'll keep a watch that way.
out your bait yet?
Monster. Don't keep me better watch your step.
Att välja vårt byte.
You lot stay up there if it gets risky.
Stay calm and make your move. I'll pin you to your shadow.
I know what you can't hide your fear.
Target marked.
Accomplished.
I wasn't even paying attention to count. Come in. You hear Golding. Leto, you know us better than I ever imagined. What do you mean? The Adenium Self-Salvation Corps. Where'd you get this information from? Does it matter? Have a seat, Lady Golding. Please, there's no reason for you to feel anxious. The war is not between you and I. Answer me, Lieutenant Colonel. I know why you came, Golding. You want to buy time. You're under the impression you have enough leverage to discuss terms. You think you can still help your friends. How regrettable. I thought you would be wiser. We had a conversation not long ago. You said you did not want to see Londinium become the next Lingonez. I don't know. Take a look around us. Take a look at the deep abyss that Londinium is plunging into. Is this a choice you made for yourself that you spoke out? Golding. Didn't you rebuke me? Didn't you rebuke me on that? Correct. We are plunging towards that abyss. War has begun. War once tore apart Gaul, our homeland. What will tear apart this time? What will it tear apart this time? Maybe it'll be the Sarkaz. Maybe it'll be Victoria. You don't know how disastrous this will be. Hundreds of thousands, millions of people will bleed, die, and buried by this era. You know that better than anyone. That is correct. You know this well. But I must also admit that it is you who opened my eyes. You made me reflect on my decision. If I had to question my conscience, I would not have cared nearly as much. Let us cast aside those hypocritical high hopes of mankind and their civilization, Golding. When we were young, we talked freely of these subjects and, with nothing but admiration in our hearts, sung the praises of the outstanding men and women in history. Mankind, the master of all things, are intelligent. Where is he going with this? Our intelligence and bravery set us apart from the wild beasts and grace these lands with this radiant miracle. But if we simply lifted our heads from the books and compare, we will realize how close their endings are to the reality before us. The same downfalls, the same rottenness, the same self-destructions. What if those things we sing praises of were nothing but temporary illusions? What if believing that they are eternal makes us naive? What if destruction was our true nature? You weren't so pessimistic before, Leto. Pessimistic? Golding, you are so kind with your choice of words. You describe my craved musings as just pessimistic. I thought I warranted harsher criticism. It seems you're not as resolute as I thought you would be. I am simply exhausted. I merely started to try facing reality. It is very painful, but I have no other choice. As for the conversation we had the other day, I cannot offer you a new answer. I did not choose any missions for myself, Lady Golding. I only wanted to survive the ceaseless destruction. It's pitiful and weak, insignificant and inadequate. But this is the answer I arrived at, and it's the only one I have to offer. What else can I do? You're a soldier. You should have followed orders? Whose orders should I have followed? The king is dead, the Sarkaz run the parliament, and each duke has its own master plan. You could have become a hero? At what cost? What if the price is not one that I can afford? When you walked into the room, did you see the eyes of the guards standing by the door? The officers under me, my comrades, and the bewildered young men. Till has 5 children. Sason's mother has been paralyzed for 3 years, and Totten's brother has erypathy. The vampires will suck their blood dry. Bowing down will not prevent anything. At the very least, nothing has happened yet, as of today. Golding, it's my hope that you survive this as well. Speaking personally, fundamentally, you and I might just be of a kind. You and I might just be of a kind. Be one of a kind. Oh no, be of a kind. Be of the same kind. Okay. It's only that I've chosen to give up while you are still standing firm. You and I are nothing alike. You asked me where I obtained the information on the Ladinium Self-Salvation Corps? Very well, I shall answer for you. From a cowardly teacher. What are you saying? Look at yourself, Golding. Your blunders and the tracks you leave behind are owed to your cowardice and fear. Sentimental kinds have never been a good fit for intelligence work. You've known that from the start. No, it can't be. There's been a lot of chatter on my communications here. The Sarkaz ambush, the Camden Borough safe house. we their forces. Alert. The safe house at Alterig. Can anyone hear me? This is Magna Borough Safe House. We're under... No. Golding, they're dying because of you. You pushed him into that fire. This is what your fight brings. And for that, I can only mourn. Yeah. There's too many men. They're well equipped. And they're working far too well with each other. Mercenaries aren't capable of this. These are military elites. Each and every one of them is a bloodthirsty machine who dug his way out of 1,000 battles. Out of the way, the lot of you. Indra, watch your back. This isn't going to work. We're on the back foot right now. I'll locate the position of their commander. Amiya, maintain formation, don't stop. I got it. Damn, there's more of them down this alley. Stay close, Doctor. We'll cut our way through. Go forward 300 meters and take the first left. Who's that? Hurry up. There are more ambushes on the roof. Doctor, did you hear that? The voice? Watch out for their arts. Cut through this danger zone. Hold on tight, Doctor. Left. Listen to that voice. I hate being ordered around. Fine. 50 meters and turn to your right. Bloody, that's a wall there. No. Some kind of illusion, perhaps? Charge through it. There's no one I hate more than a stinky bastard like you. Show yourself. That assassin of yours has already taken down the commander of your pursuers. You're safe for the time being. I said show yourself. Her name is Ascalon, isn't it? Impressive. Doctor, behind me. Who are you? Please, there's no need to fret, dear Rhodes Islanders. A few of my colleagues just touched base with Alexandrina not too long ago. Alas, it did not go too well. You are the man behind Allendale. Show yourself. I won't say it again. Please lower your hammer, Your Highness. You're merely wasting your strength. As the heir to the throne, from a certain viewpoint at least, you should have a bit of more patience. You said so yourself, not too long ago, that we should have a conversation. You had the Self-Salvation Corps tapped. Their evacuation plan will be successful. Do note that this is a promise, not sarcasm. Yeah, I haven't seen him before. My sincerest pleasure to meet all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope there yet remains room for our objectives to coexist. Ashen Trilby? Very perceptive. Lady Isabel oh God. You told me this name before. Lady Isabel. I should have expected no less from a scion of the Count of Manchester. Indeed, we are often referred to as Trilby Ashers. Montague, thank you. Should you have the chance, please send your mother my regards. Please, there's no need for alarm, Lady Montague. I harbor no ill will against you and your friends at the moment. Is the arts gimmick you have over there, oh my God, words are really getting tangled. Is the arts gimmick you have over there a gesture of your goodwill too? I'm not fond of having conversations next to a pile of explosives. This is merely a precaution. Well then, here's a precaution too. Lower your weapon, Miss Ascalon. This is not worth it. Rhodes Island Pharmaceuticals made a series of passage and call permit requests for so-called industrial waste recycling and processing purposes currently hiding within the territory of the Duke of Godin. currently 631 kilometers away from Londinium. And what if we are? I surmise your recycling work is proceeding apace? You know Rhodes Island well. We do merely what must be done. You've been very careful. You charted your course and built a well-hidden supply network around your ship. You wish to avoid Victoria's attention. You almost fooled us. Regardless of whether your intentions are good or otherwise, wouldn't you agree that discretion is the worst quality there is to a ruler? Who do you serve, Trilby? If at all possible, I would say I serve Victoria. Alas, the reality is I serve only a small part of Victoria. This part is more than enough to keep me well occupied, however, which means you work for one of the dukes. If the Duke of Wellington saw us as a threat, Rhodes Island, the Duke of Windmire's control has yet to reach Duke Godin's territory, not by a long shot. From what I know, the Duke of Normandy is more interested in business. My other dukes are fence suitors. You work for Castor. Doctor, the commander of Rhodes Island. There exists very little information on you. We were under the impression that this was due to the lack of importance. We will reevaluate our internal appraisal. What is Rhodes Island worth to that part of Victoria you speak of? We actually do not have much of an interest in a so-called pharmaceutical company that deals in waste recycling. But your operator has a very unique background. Moreover, she possesses something important. You failed once, but you still haven't given up. This is my job, Your Highness. Let us not make things harder for each other. This sword is nothing more than a heavy rod of iron in your hands. What do you intend to do with it? Can you really cut through the catastrophe that looms above us? It is a mere tale. You cannot wield it to its true potential. What does the Duke of Castor want to do with it then? To fulfill a promise. Promise? To bring her followers peace and safety. We do indeed have certain technologies that we can immediately put this blade to good use, just as the Sarkis of Kings once sheltered Lentinium. The Duke wishes for this blade to become a turning point for unity. In that case, those who aren't on your side will deservedly be swallowed by the catastrophe. That is how it will become that turning point. Doctor, I'll make my move in 3 seconds. We must escape this situation. Our operators on the land ship are more capable of taking care of the crisis that could soon unfold. And so, we have to take this risk. 3, 2, 1. All of you seem pretty dense. Perhaps I came at a bad time. Right on time, Inez. Mr. Trilby Asher, you have to admit that you came well prepared. 13 small communication stations, with 4 of them triggered passively. They were set up automatically send out orders if they don't receive your message after 10 minutes. I did not want to venture a guess as to what orders they were meant to send out, so I took the liberty of crushing them all. I hope you don't mind. Your subordinates were very strong, even after they heard the word vampire. That said, I believe that aside from the Sarkis royal count, there are certain others hiding in the city who would be very interested to learn of their existence. Tell me, where do you suppose I should take them? Inez, former Sarkis mercenary. It's suddenly surprising that you are still alive. We've determined for some time now that someone was behind all these little tricks around Londinium. You've done very well. We know that there is a sizable number of Sarkis mercenaries inclined to leave the military commission's control. But we both know that does not come without a cost, don't we? Your business partner might be in fairly dire straits. Perhaps we should be a little more blunt with each other. I know you have more tricks up your sleeve, and you know we have some trump cards in our hand. Let's stop probing each other. Your shadow tells me you are wavering. Very well. Let's make a deal. I have a tricky mission, but as you can see, I am not much for fighting and adventure. So you want someone to die in your stead. I have faith in your abilities. Certainly you have already seen the airship that is currently parked at a now isolated Norport borough. Make your way there and get your hands on its schematics. What's in it for me? You get to live, for now. You, your friends, your allies, your wounded, and your landship all get to remain alive for the time being. This is no trouble at all for Victoria, but as for the rest of you, deal.
I see you managed to complete the mission without causing any unnecessary pain to the quarry. Not bad. Icke dåligt. Sip a hot drink and get some rest.
We're stopping here. We're stopping here for today. I'm stuttering, and I want this to go smoothly. So, we've started chapter 12. We made it to 12:4, and we will continue tomorrow. I'll go ahead and schedule right after the stream ends. Thank you guys for coming through. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit that like button to show some support to the stream and to the channel, videos and all that have you and jibbity jeebus. Thank you to Comey for the 4 memberships, and thank you to Soul for 1 membership, remaining a Legion supporter. Alrighty, I'm gonna hit the hay. Thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate you guys. You all have a wonderful day. Thank you all for being here. Love you guys, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.